Hi guys, welcome. I'm Nina.
I'm Mo, and this is another recorded conversation of the JustCuz podcast.
Yep. And Mo knows studio space, as you can see. We were in a completely different spot.
So I was gonna get wood. I don't know. I don't know what you call it, but I want this wall textured with like thin pieces of wood.
Oh.
And I wanted you to help.
Oh, I would love to help. You know I love the project.
But I don't. I have so many projects in here that I want them done. I don't want to necessarily do them.
You have the idea, you have the vision, but you would like for somebody else to complete them.
Like this little wall art that's been sitting here since the day I got it, like 8-9 months ago.
Where would you like to put it?
So if this is going to be a texture wall, it definitely can't go here. So it would have to go over there somewhere. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to get my money tree repotted.
And it's thriving.
My account will be soon. If you guys like, share, subscribe, follow at the JustCuz pod. Oh, so last episode, go back and watch. Last episode, I'm the queen of manifesting. Oh, and I have something else to say. Okay, so last episode, I said I can't wait until y'all watch all the episodes and you go back and look.
Ago.
It was?
Yeah. That was the episode that I dropped. So, yeah, that was the previous episode. No, you're right. Go ahead.
Period.
Sorry.
Monos. So, on that episode, I was like, yeah, I can't wait to see how people notice our growth. And then someone commented, I appreciate you. So, y'all are our cousins. Anybody that supports us are our cousins. So one of our cousins commented and was like, look at Mo's hair from the first episode. So now I was like, look at my hair. So I looked at my hair and
growth.
It was terrible. It is so crazy because it's probably terrible right now and I don't know. But when I look back, I'm going to be like, oh, wow, you really got on camera like that?
But that's why it's important, I feel like, to take pictures because, like, you can see the growth.
But I appreciate having videos because with the weight loss transition things, I don't have any videos of me being fat. And I feel like that's a better transition to go from video to video. But whatever. Another one of our cousins works at my local Publix.
Nice!
So I was in the seafood department. He was like, hey. I was like, hey. He was like, what's the next episode? And I was like, oh, I'm recording tonight.
You're famous. That's so awesome.
We're actually somebody now. So if you want to come with us, you need to get a part of this journey now. Because once we make it, like a girl said, we don't really put people on. Shout out to our friend Misha.
I will not engage. But yeah, shout out to Misha. I was so happy to see her on the
Misha is an up and coming mogul and she was on the Cocktails podcast talking about what?
She was talking about dating as a plus size woman and some of the stigmas, some of the common misconceptions, etc., etc. And what I did appreciate about the conversation was that it was like, you know what? Like, this is what all women deal with. Like, all women deal with a certain insecurity. All women have settled before. All women have dealt with men that were very manipulative, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it wasn't fair to, like, because it started with a clip from another podcast where a girl said that men that aren't secure in themselves or men that are trying to get over on women, they would typically go for a plus size woman because they feel like that they could get over on them because they have low self-esteem, yada yada yada. But that happens to all women.
Am I wrong if I feel like that's why a man would go outside his race for the same thing? Because not because they have low self-esteem, because they're like more tolerable.
Yeah.
Or tolerant. They're more tolerant.
They're more tolerant. So you think that maybe, but I don't like that. I don't like that narrative either because it's like
it
there's
might
a
not
lot
be
of
it. But it could be.
It could be. Like, anything's a possibility. So it's not fair to be like, oh, he did this because she's heavy.
Right.
Oh, he did this because she's not black. Oh, he did. Like, it's going to happen to everybody. Everyone's going to experience it in some way. Maybe not. Hopefully you don't ever. But
do you judge couples when they aren't equally yoked?
Do I judge on my, that's interesting.
Why?
That's interesting. Yeah.
Is that bad?
it's not bad, but it goes for like, okay, so I was thinking about this the other day too, right? So I've heard a lot of girls say that they grew up with the idea of you should always date a guy that likes you more than you like him. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's just such a crazy way of thinking about it. Because it's like, if freaking you aren't dating somebody you think is that nigga, then what are we doing this for?
You should definitely think he's that nigga. So you supposed to like him a whole lot, but I get why you would want him to like you more, because we always like them more and we always like them first. And we end up with our feelings hurt a lot of times because we like them more and we like them first. So if we go with a nigga that like us more, they may think that is going to equate to them treating us better. No. I know. No, because I've fucked with a lot of niggas that liked me first and they did me the worst.
That's what I feel like. It's clearly a defense mechanism, right? Because you did like a guy, you gave him maybe you didn't even give him your all, but your feelings were involved, the feelings got hurt. So now it's a defense mechanism. Like, okay, like I want to date like a medium ugly man because I heard that that's a thing too, or I want to date somebody that likes me more than I like them. But it's almost like you have one foot in and one foot out the door. Like I want us both to be obsessed with each other, and that's probably being equally yoked too. Like we should both fuck with each other on the same level.
I feel like only medium ugly men are really attractive.
I kind of agree too.
Like a real cute, like a bad nigga, like that's not.
Don't even put those two words together.
Exactly, but he's. Oh my god! So I don't know if you watch this, but hey, if you do, but somebody posted in their close friends, and he was
Lord.
like, she bought my grocery and she cooking for me. She about to slut me out. And I just responded. I was like, "You a baddie now?" And he was like, "I finally made it." Like niggas are proud. No. No.
But I feel like that niggas been doing that since the beginning of time. Because for instance, we was wilding about the 85 South Show episode we watched with Jody Breeze, and how he was like, if fucking I walk inside a bitch house and I ain't got it, then fucking her shit is mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, men been having this mindset, but now they're just being funny with it. Like, oh yeah,
I don't feel like all men had that mindset.
Niggas been fucking for shelter. That's been happening. So if you break it down, that's slutting you.
But okay, if we go back to like a man's man, like back in time.
How far are you going?
Yeah, back to way before we were born. But that's when like men were providing, taking care of the house, working construction, dirty nails and shit. Like, they were the
hard physical jobs.
Yeah, they was taking care of their house and they side bitch house, and they could afford to do it comfortably.
Yeah.
Now you're fucking for a place to stay. Like, as a man, don't you feel like demasculated?
Some would look at it like it's player. Like I think when it comes to you using things to manipulate a woman into doing things, that's not player.
Player is when you don't have to manipulate.
Yeah.
Player,
she just wants to do
it. Player is when you tell a bitch what it is and she don't care. Mm-hmm. She still love you. Then you player. Like, if you gotta lie, I don't know. I feel like, and you can let me know because you're a liar, but I feel like if anybody lies, that means they're scared.
I don't think it's so much being scared. I think it's kind of wanting to keep the peace sometimes. So it's not even about being scared, but just like, let's just not cause static. Like,
you scared of
conflict? I'm not scared. I just would prefer not to. Like, I'm not scared of summer, but I would prefer not to be hot all the fucking time. That has been my like go-to whenever you do something. Like, well, I like
everything to the heat. Like, it's too hot out here.
But I'm gonna be outside. Yeah. It's not fear. It's more of like, I would just prefer not.
Maybe because I don't really care to lie, so I feel like
you don't.
If anybody lies to me, that they're scared of me, because either you're scared of how I'm going to react, or you're scared of losing me, or.
But okay, so then here we had this conversation again too. It's not that I lie per se, but it's just like I'm not, unless like I need to really tell you, or like it's a direct question. Like, I'm not going to give you like a flat out lie.
So you wouldn't lie to a direct question.
Correct. That's why questions and words are
important. Yes, you would.
What? No, I wouldn't.
You have. I'll tell you what you did.
Yay!
It's okay. Men lie, women lie. No numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is to be, what is plus size?
I think that's subjective.
Right.
I think it's subjective. It depends on what you feel like a baseline is, and then like, you know what I mean? Because in some instances, like anything over like a 6 or a 7 might be plus size.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
But that's ridiculous.
Right.
So.
But I've always been bigger. I guess I ain't never shopped in plus size.
You know what? I just wish. I think we're at a point with bodies where I don't think there should be like, oh, plus size, da 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 da, because everybody wears their weight differently.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can be a size 2 and have a terrible shape,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then you have someone who's considered a plus size, but their weight falls in all the right places.
Right.
So I think it's more so of like, are you bad built or not?
Right, it is. It's
more so
100%. Because I went out the other night to this. It was I don't know if it's a Caribbean club, but it was. Where did I go? Pier? No, I didn't go to Pier.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I went somewhere.
Crew? No.
Crew.
It was Crew?
In Alpharetta.
Somebody else went to Crew, but in Albany.
Albany.
Apparently there's crews everywhere. I didn't
You know
I didn't
who
that.
owns them?
Portia's first
Baby daddy.
Yeah, baby daddy something. Yeah, I just learned that yesterday.
I went to the one in Alpharetta, and they was having Caribbean night. It was 2 women. They probably weigh the exact same, but they carry their weight completely different. Like one was like big and tight, and the other one was just big. Yeah. So, but I personally don't think that men fuck with a bigger woman because of what she can provide or because of their insecurity.
Yeah.
Niggas like big bitches.
Yes. That's what Misha said.
Yeah, they all like them big a little bit. They might not all tell you, but they'll fuck anything.
But we've had this conversation before. I don't like a man that'll just fuck anything either, because it's like, where do you start drawing the line if you fuck anything?
I don't think that there's a lot of men that are selective with what they pursue.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's a lot of men, like, if the time is right and it falls in my lap, I'm like, fuck it.
But, like, I would more respect you, like, I'll just go, like, slap meat later or something. Like, you don't have to just because it falls into your lap. You don't have to. Okay,
but what if she looked good, right? You're not a nigga. Okay, so, but what if she really looked good and you thought she was out of your league, so you didn't even try it?
Yeah, but even that's iffy because, you know, when you start getting into, because I told you that I've been watching like a lot of Shark, and he's on No Jumper.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like No Jumper interviews a lot of like, I would say underground rappers and shit, but like kind of like street rappers, and they also do like the underground of like sex world. So like a lot of OnlyFans girls, a lot of like street strippers, da 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 da. And so you realize that like, when men reach a certain level, they will fuck anything. And like the bad bitches in that world, you be like, that bitch looks crazy.
Yeah.
Like hella plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Looks like
a lot of men
real.
say the baddest bitches have the worst vagina.
Yeah, and I heard that the BBL also dries out your vagina. Yeah. Or that was a conversation that men were having. I don't know. I haven't been there. I haven't swam in those waters. But that was a conversation that men had, like, you know what, like, now that I tally things up and I carry the two, most of the women that I had sex with that had BBLs, the pussy wasn't as wet as just a natural body bitch. I
never fucked a BBL bitch. Am I losing? Up next, manifesting.
We'll have a first-hand account next
I'm
week.
gonna fuck a BBL bitch and I'll let y'all know how it was. So, I didn't have too much planned, but I did have like a bone. I've been really on, I don't know what my issue.
Sorry.
You ever like got it and realized what the problem was? I know what, so I've been really irritated with shit. Like I've been on an unfriending spree. So I was like, I'm going to make a list of reasons why I unfriended. My shit be so irrational. I be irrationally upset at shit that don't even matter, but it pisses me off so bad. But I just realized I just came off my menstrual, so that's why.
So are you gonna like go over your list again, or that's how I feel? So I'm standing on it.
Yeah, these was like irrelevant people anyway.
That's fair. That's fair.
So,
and I feel like sometimes you do have to purge.
And it's, why are you still on here? But it's just certain shit, because first of all, I don't need to be on social media, but when I do get on social media, I don't need to see nothing that'll change my mindset, because I'll go off on a deep hole of just talking shit, like, and I'll go in about somebody I don't care about, or something that I don't care about. I'm like, that's terrible, so I just gotta remove it completely. I won't ever have to deal with this again.
Facts. That makes sense.
So what? Complained that not enough people donated to her GoFundMe for her kids' softball. So,
I'm sorry.
That's a good reason.
That is.
Okay.
Like, you're mad.
So she posted, the status was like, sorry if you watch this, but the status was like, I can count on one hand how many people donated to my daughter's GoFundMe for softball, and she's really passionate about this. First of all, why do you feel like anybody owes you anything?
I was just about to say, I don't know who this is, and I hope you don't take it personal if you do watch, but it's just this entitlement piece. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like it feels really good when people do want to help and like people do want to support, but it's almost like that's your kid.
You're grown.
Want to put them in softball
in your 40s.
That's your responsibility to make sure that they're able to do so. It'll be one thing if she was speaking to someone specifically, like, oh, you say you're down, you say you're supportive, you say da da da. But it almost seems like, oh, I'm mad that because I posted it on this page or this social media page.
And that's what I think it was. Like, if you are a sane person, I feel like she was subliminally talking to somebody. Yeah. One person or a certain group of people or whatever. Yeah. But still, at the end of the day, no one owes you anything. You have several children, several baby daddies. Figure it out. These other people that you want money from, they have kids too. They can't pay for your kid's softball because they're paying for their kid's softball. Mm-hmm. Nobody is supposed to come out. We're damn near in a recession. Nobody is supposed to come out of pocket for you. And the audacity of you to think anybody owes you their money for, not for food, not for shelter, for an extracurricular activity.
But I think that goes even for like relationships with your kids. Like I see people fussing about like, oh, like I can count like there's only 2 people that actually show up for them, reach out, call, check on them, etc. But
count your blessings.
Count your blessings, and I kind of got into a point where it's just like I'm not forcing my daughter ever at any point to fake a relationship or show interest in somebody who hasn't shown interest in her. Mm-hmm. And that could be a simple FaceTime call. Mm-hmm. That could be you like texting her because she has an iPad. That could be you pulling up, like planning something. But if you're not doing that, don't expect her to just be like showing you love and like having this connection with you because we're family, friends, any of that.
Act like we're family.
Yeah.
Mm. That's the thing too. I have a huge family, and I've never been like family oriented.
I grew up super family oriented, and it saddens me that we're not like that anymore. And I'm part of the problem because like they'll try to plan stuff like, fuck, I don't leave the house or
right.
But I do want to get back to like we used to see our whole family like every weekend.
It would be nice. I would love to have family house to pull up to just to chill, just to drink, just to cook out real quick.
That's what we would do.
Yeah, just to stop by in the middle of the day and talk. But
just kick like a impromptu kickback type shit.
But I'm also okay. It's me. I'm the problem.
I know I am too, because it's like as much as I want that, also I don't want you just pulling up, like just like popping up. Yeah. Maybe give me like a day's notice.
It's a lot to maintain relationships, friends and family. It's so much to keep it going, and at the end of the day, I really have to be real with myself. I don't like people. I'm gonna find an annoyance with something after a while, so just leave me alone.
I think it's laziness in my part for me, because I know like people are gonna want to come over to my house or Jazz or I gotta drive, but like prepping for company is a thing because
we're sitting on the wrong side.
We are. You want to switch for the next segment?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Because I was like, this is not.
Yeah, this is crazy.
But yeah, man.
Okay, next reason. Sorry, you want to take a shot?
Yep.
Why
is my shot more than yours? But it's
I poured it. Mm-hmm. To our accounts growing as effortlessly as this money tree.
Yes, I knew you were going to say that.
Second reason I unfriended somebody, they made a post asking for cheap car insurance. That just really pissed me off because the word cheap is subjective. It's very. I hate that though. I don't know what's cheap for me. I don't know what's cheap for you.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to car insurance, bitch, there's no across the board.
So are you mad at the word choice cheap, or are you just mad that you're asking for?
I'm mad at the word choice, and I'm mad at the context. You can't ask for cheap car insurance. My driving record is not yours. So if my insurance is $50, I can't guarantee that yours is going to be $50.
Yes. And first of all, where are you getting $50 insurance from? Let me know.
I know, my insurance high as shit. But you got lower insurance. My baby daddy got cheap insurance, but that's because of y'all's driving record. Yeah. That's why you have low insurance. Like, we got different cars. Everybody has different shit
and
going on.
And people be asking for things when, like, I don't have the full story. You're asking for cheap insurance because everywhere you go, they're saying $400, $500. But why, though? You've been in how many accidents?
I'm not going to hold
your record.
Somebody, it was a no-name company, and they hit me with a $700 deposit and $900 a month.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
I will not have a car. Yeah, definitely. I don't need no insurance that bad. I don't go nowhere but the grocery store, the gym. It's not that deep.
Ever.
So, I just don't. You have to do your own shopping. You got to grow up. You got to be an adult. I don't know how old she was. I don't know. It irritated me. And I have the right to be irritated. Okay. The final one. This was today. This pissed me off so bad.
This is the straw that broke the camel's back?
Yeah, because it then so it don't help. All these people were physically unattractive.
Let's start there.
So if I'm not attracted to you, anything you do might piss me off. It's like, if I think you cute, if you look good in my eyes, I'll let so much shit slide. Like, you can be dirty a little bit and I'll let it slide. Like, you might have a little stitch and I'll let it slide. Like, I can let so much shit slide if I'm physically attracted to you. But if you're unattractive, everything you do go piss me off. That's how you know.
Take notes.
If you ever wondered how I felt about you. Okay. He said, if you unfollow someone because they died, you fucking weird.
Why? This was a post?
They did. Why?
Why we so... Like, they gonna post new shit?
My follower count gotta make sense. I can't follow as many people that follow me, so I'm always going through looking who I can keep. If I know you're not gonna ever post again,
yeah,
it's a dead account. Like,
pun not intended.
Yeah, like no, they're not mad at me. And the reason you peeping it, how do you know that I unfollowed the dead person and you alive? Like,
oh, so you said that directly to you?
No,
but just curious.
But anybody.
If somebody, I would definitely.
How would you know they unfollowed the dead person? How do you know that? You went and looked through their followers to see if they were still following the dead?
And you want them to follow them.
As a man, why do you even care? You're too deep into this. I don't like nothing about you. I don't want to share your energy
at all. So
those are the reasons why I'm so unlogical. It's fine. So, however I respond to anything, it's fine.
Because at the end of the day, like, you have to curate the people you fuck with, you see, you hear from, etc. And as long as it makes sense for you, then that's all that matters. Do you, like, ever keep people that are just of, like, a completely different mindset just to kind of spice it up a bit? Because I feel like that's how... I don't necessarily do that with the people that I follow, but I do that more so with like podcasts and stuff. Like, I need to watch something that you might not ever think that I watch, just so I get like a different perspective on shit.
There's some people that every time they post, I roll my eyes a little bit, but I'm gonna keep following them.
There's somebody, and I'm really about to unfollow this person though. You know what I don't like? I don't like when we're in stories and they take the time to write out like a full paragraph. So now I'm like. And then I don't ever read it because it's too much. These are stories.
I don't like when men do it. I'm sorry.
I don't like when anybody does it.
When men do it.
Never that deep. Could you call a friend and tell them all this?
No, they don't have nobody.
That's the sad part.
But, okay, so I be feeling bad a little bit when I see certain shit because I'm like, damn, you ain't got nobody to talk to. But at the same time, what did you do in your life to where you don't have nobody to talk to?
I think I gotta start looking at it like that because I'm always like, well, what if they've been the good person their whole life?
I know. You always want to nurse it back to health, like let it die. Like,
yeah, I gotta start looking at it like, you know what? Yeah, it's something that you did.
Because don't nobody fuck with you. People are alive and nobody. You have no
People
one to
are
talk. You have. There's so many people that I could. Even if I don't feel comfortable telling you or venting you, I know I have people I can go to.
Yeah. For
so
sure.
I'm never.
Somebody.
Or I'm going to go to Jesus.
Somebody.
Put it in the Lord's hands. I'm never going to go on social media. So it's like, what did you do? And I don't want to be a part of it. Like, if your shit is always just like
bah humbug. And that's the thing, too. I'm not following nobody that's always bah humbug or always going through something.
So I have a friend that calls me, and it's always like something going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always at like 8, 9 in the morning. Or
that's heavy, like as soon as you wake up.
And I don't answer no more as soon as I wake up, but no answer, no text back. They'll call again, so I'll finally talk at like noon, and they'll be like, hey, then I'll instantly get back to, oh, let me tell you what happened. I'm like, oh, for real. Why something always happening? Why you always?
And that's the thing too. Like, why do you have constant static? What are you inviting into your life? But I feel like people like that, like they like it,
and they want to be in some shit.
You want to be in some shit, but then like you put it under this guise of, oh, I just be going through so much.
And you act so hurt. Like, girl, just turn down. Like, turn off. Like, remove yourself. You don't have to. And they be in the mix. Mm-hmm. You want to be in the middle of everything. They don't got nothing to do with you.
Want to be in the mix, but then don't want to get like splashed with the bullshit.
That makes no sense. What is it?
Want to lay with the dog, but don't get up and don't have fleas. That's it. Lay with the dog and don't catch fleas.
No, it's lay with the dog and end up with fleas.
Either way, you're inviting that shit into your life.
You don't lay with a dog necessarily expecting to get fleas, like.
But I think like it's the connotation, like like they're implying.
I understand that it could be fleas, but I'm hoping ain't no fleas on you.
Hey man,
you're my favorite dog.
So you would just have fleas with your favorite dog, as long as they're your favorite. Yeah,
you can get rid of fleas.
There's a simple solution.
I got a scrub for that. It's fine. That's the problem. Everything is fine. And everything always works out better than we expected.
That's a fact.
What was we wasn't talking shit.
Kind of. You popped it off with, I followed them, bro. And this is why. You posted a GoFundMe. You want to follow a dead person. Yeah, that's not talking shit. You just popped on.
Okay, sorry.
But it's fine. So am I the problem?
To tone it down.
To tone it down. Very vanilla. Am I the problem? I'm not ready for the kids to go back to the school yet. I'm not one of those parents that's like, oh, I can't wait until school starts. Send to school. I'm not. I just feel like, and this is probably definitely just me being trash, but I just feel like when they're in school, that just means more like more responsibility and like a little more structure.
It's more responsibility at home.
Not, bruh. Me and my kid be chilling. Like it's super cool. It's cool. It's super copacetic. There's no friction ever. But when it's time to school, like we gotta get in bed early. We gotta schedule. Like I do your hair. Like it's just a lot more responsibility.
My shit is the only extra thing I have to do is get up. But outside of that, I really don't have to do too much. Like I don't do nothing. I'm not a real busy parent.
I'm not either, but which is why I'm the problem, because like I do the bare minimum. I say like this is a lot.
But I feel like my workload is just the same as being at home.
You're right. You just got to kind of do it earlier and a little faster.
I love my freedom. I love being able to like get up and go, and I do get up and go because my kid is not dependent on me. But I feel so free knowing like my kid is somewhere safe. Hopefully, praise.
Yeah.
Praise. But I feel like I can just live my life when my kid has something else to do.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I like my freedom. Even if I don't do nothing, I like knowing that I can just be free.
I think it's like a slight peace of mind because like even with Jade, like I feel like our schedule where let's say if she's not in school, she's staying up hella late because she's been a vampire since forever. So like she's gonna be sleeping till like 2, 3 anyway. So I have that whole morning to do whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
My kid don't wake up
so
before
it's
like 4.
But then they get out of school at like 3 or 4. So really it's the same amount of free time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't have the pressure of needing to get her ready for school.
But when I say freedom, I even mean like to talk. Like I can't talk freely. I feel like I shouldn't talk freely when my kid's home.
That's really fair.
That's what like to be like a full grown adult. I can't be myself and be a mom at the same time.
That's fair.
I have to tone me down, and I hate toning me down. So I'll be like, go somewhere.
So I can.
Because I'm so cool.
I can
like
take this bra off and just
no, I can talk about whatever I want to talk about because my mouth is reckless. But then I gotta close my door, and then I feel like okay, you still hear me even with the door closed. And then you still somewhere listening. I don't know. You just don't.
Yeah, they are at that age now to where they like slick, like easy.
And you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And you don't need to know that version of me. Not right now.
Yeah.
But I like that I don't have to tone it. I just like being free. I could never have a house full of kids.
Bro, it's just, even the energy in the house with like more than one kid is different.
It's tight. It's tense.
It's like, it's real, yes.
It's loud. It's always stuff just like, oh. It's 2 people to take care of, 2 people to feed. They eat different stuff. I already cooked 3 different meals. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't fucking imagine. Shout out
to the ones that do, for sure. Strong.
And maybe that's another reason why you cool with being at home, your kid being at home, because you have one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're right.
If you have
more than one, you're like, get the fuck out of my house.
Go now.
Now.
But I couldn't imagine. Oh, am I the problem? Speaking of back to school, so I posted that, and I'm sorry I'm not talking shit, but this is how I feel. So I posted that I had some brand new shoes for kids if you need them, because we bought, my kid still from last year has clothes with tags on them, shoes with tags on them, but her feet is like her mama's, so she can't fit none of that shit. I think that's it. But she can't fit none of that shit, so
a little bit.
It shouldn't be though. They not done.
Yeah, it makes it a little big.
Anyway, so she posts that she was going through a whole lot of shit or whatever, and I saw this days prior. So then I posted, I was like, hey, I have some shoes to give away, da 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 da. And she hit me up for them. She was like, my daughter wears that size, but somebody else had already hit me up, and I was like, hey, sorry, like I gave them to her or whatever. And so, and that was I always wanted to, like, even with anything I donate, I'd much rather give it to someone versus take it to a Goodwill. I will donate to Goodwill, but I'd rather give it to somebody if I'm giving it away. So I knew what she was going through prior, and she was like, hey, my daughter likes them or needs shoes. And I was like, oh, well, I gave those away, but I do have these. They are like gently worn. She only wore them like twice. Yeah. So the bottoms aren't even all the way dirty yet. I'm like, do you want these? And honestly, I don't think those shoes are cute. But still. Yeah. You're going to shit to start a new school year. And she has multiples. Yeah. And she was just like, oh, I'll ask my daughter. Like, girl, so now you don't want them, but I thought you needed so much help. Like, you were just posting how you needed help.
So it's like, people be wanting help, but in their way. But in their way. And I don't know, like.
But she wasn't rude about it, so you weren't wrong. But I was just like, nah, you don't need shit. But it's okay if you don't need shit. I'm not going to ever try to help.
I want new shit. Not gently worn shit.
I feel it, because I would want some new shit, too. So you're not wrong.
Yeah. But,
so she's not the problem.
She's not.
Am I the problem?
But I understand your train of thought. Like, I thought you needed help though.
Yeah, I totally. No one's wrong.
Yeah, no one's wrong.
Okay.
Or everyone's equally the problem, if not.
I love that.
I feel like. Okay, did you ever figure out what was going on with the Kaylee situation? Is it Carly? Carly? See, I don't know what's going on.
I think Carly. So she disappeared herself Because her nigga was fucking with a stripper.
It's so interesting how your vocab changes because you've been on TikTok.
Disappeared herself.
Yeah,
because I say unalive.
Yeah, you say that.
So she disappeared herself because her nigga was fucking with a stripper,
which is wild.
Okay, but it's not.
You would say self-disappearance.
I used to always. Like, I don't want to die, but I'd be like, how would you feel if I was just dead right now?
I think that too, and I want to stop it because that's not a good way of. But I think you do kind of wonder, like, would you genuinely miss me, and how would you?
Yeah, so she didn't fake her death.
Yeah,
she faked her kidnapping. Yes, she took it to the extreme because it got coverage.
Yeah,
but I mean, that was ridiculous because it was a waste of dollars looking for her. But I get it.
Even her mugshot now is like, this bitch has a couple of screws. Look, what did you tell me? A couple scratches on her CD.
The CD scratched a little bit.
CD is scratched a little bit.
But if you gonna take a mugshot, you better eat them up. Like, you gonna go on this bitch crying now. Like, you know what you did.
Yeah, I did.
The gig's up.
But there's almost like, do you think that there's this like desire to like, even if it means becoming a criminal, like you just want the clout of like being infamous almost?
I don't know if, okay. So I don't want the cloud to be infamous. I don't know if she did. I felt like she just wanted her niggas' attention.
And it got too big too fast.
Yeah, and so she was like, I gotta end it at some point. She could have still been dragging this shit out. So thank her for ending it when she did, but she was like, shit, I didn't know y'all was gonna do that.
So what, she just like popped up like, hey, I'm back?
So my good sis, this is where she fucked up, apparently.
Allegedly.
So, she went to Target and got some snacks. And then she was driving down the highway and she called her people like, I see this baby. I was like, ah! Called it. So when at the scene, they find her car door open, her hat on the ground, and her wig on the ground. But she took her snacks that she had just bought from Target. So she took her snacks.
Wait, if you gonna kidnap me, at least let me get some snacks.
Okay.
At least let me get some snacks.
So she bought Flamin' Hots, but what she said was, it was a man. She was blindfolded the whole time, and it was a man, and they was really nice to her. And I think there was a lady. She only heard their voice, but there was a lady who was feeding her Cheez-Its. And she was in the back of like an 18-wheeler just riding around. I don't know. This is what I put together.
This is wild.
But she was riding around an 18-wheeler for days and days and days. Okay, boom, whatever. So then somehow she gets kicked out of the fucking car, truck, van, bus in her neighborhood. After they fed her Cheez-Its in her neighborhood. And she's seen on Ring cameras just casually walking down the street to her mom's house. And maybe like a couple doors down from our mom's house, she takes out into this hysterical spree.
I love it. The drama. The theatrics. That's hilarious.
It's on the cameras. But yeah, so then the boyfriend sister outed her and told everything after we had already put it all together and made sense. So yeah. Now then they
did all this for a nigga's attention and like.
Imagine how good the dick is. The dick is probably.
What is the wildest thing you did for a man's attention or for a crush's attention? I don't think I've ever done anything super crazy.
I've traveled a couple hours just to like watch him. He had
watch him.
He went out of town in another state, so I followed him to watch to see like
where he was going.
Yeah. It wasn't that far.
You must have really loved him.
I was really bored and really young. Like, when you young and bored, maybe, I don't know what love is. I don't know. I guess. Is that love or is that just stupid?
Obsession. Maybe that's it. Like,
that's it. That's it. I don't think I've ever been in love, but I can be obsessed. Like, I'd be so obsessed. But I'm super detached, so I can turn off an obsession at any point. But yeah, I don't think I've ever loved. I'm just like, it's mine and nobody touch it.
So then you're more possessive than anything.
No, because I understand that these hoes for everybody.
Huh.
I want you to be mine.
Are you ever possessive over like a piece? Like even though I know like you be outside, like
no,
they'll never have you the way that I have you.
My girlfriend, when I had a girlfriend, and that's how I ended up with a girlfriend, because we was fucking, and I was like, oh no, like you can't touch nobody else. So that's when like she moved in, and yeah, I was possessive.
Yeah. So maybe you was in love a little bit.
I was in lust. It's still to this day like the best sex I've ever had.
That's amazing. Would you ever spend? Okay, well, answer that question.
Cause I don't value sex.
You don't, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like sex is cool. I love that. Like it's a good time, but
yeah, that's.
So I was just talking.
Break out into hysterical laughter. Be on bullshit.
Oh my gosh. So I was talking to this man that I had sex with at some point in my life. Nothing recent. And he said, "Did you come last time?" And I'm like, "No."
No.
But he's so like shocked and offended that I didn't come, and I'm like, it's okay. Like I still had a great time. Yeah. Like it was fun. Like sex is amazing even if I don't come.
Yeah.
But he's really offended that I didn't come. It's like, okay, well, did you do what you were supposed to do to make me come? Like
I think that's a female trait.
Yeah.
A little bit, because I think women, when we go into sex, like we almost feel like we didn't finish or we didn't win unless the guy comes. Versus a guy, I don't think that that's even their motive most of the time.
It's his though. He's really big on that. Like he's more of a pleaser. He doesn't care if he gets his.
That's wild.
He wants you to get yours, but he tried to use his. Is this a sex show? It is now. So
that's what it's turning into. We talk about everything. Just right now is our sex show.
Yeah, it's one of those segments. So his. Oh, where's my train of thought? Oh, he has a really large penis, and so he's used to wowing bitches with his penis. And your penis is amazing, but I'm not a penetration girl, so you gotta know.
I also feel like I think when some of us first start having sex, you don't really know what good sex is, and like you assume because it's big, and like you assume because it's pressure and all that shit, like, oh, this is great sex.
Right.
But you're not actually coming. Not to say it's still not great sex, but maybe he was hyped up a little bit more than what was needed to be hyped. And
yeah, I don't have to come. If I like if I start fucking you and I like transform and I'm like free, because I'm so fucking uptight. So if I can fuck you and just be like loose, like I'm having a good time.
You're uptight during sex, or just as a person? Okay.
You don't think I'm uptight? Because I hold it in well, but I be on this. I'm like,
so annoying. I'm about to scream.
Everything, yeah, for everything. Ooh, shit, you just touched me. It's so bad. But I handle it well. I'm so glad that I can fool you guys. How do you feel about the aliens?
What about them?
They announced them that they're here.
Oh, well, I've always felt like they've been here.
Yeah, they're upset.
That's not new. That's not news to me.
The people are upset that we're not in an uproar, and it's like, what can we do?
What can we do? And I also feel like no one knows what aliens are. We assume that they're going to be these like creatures that want to come and like
aliens are AI,
but they're
that's the aliens. You don't know who. Like that lady said on that play, that motherfucker is not real. I believe her.
You do see some people talking like not real. Or like you hear people talking like they're not real.
Yeah, like there's no way this is real.
No way.
This can't be real. I hope it's not real.
I pray it's not real.
But we're just in a simulation. It's just like malfunctioning equipment.
Do you think it's going to get better or worse, or do you think it's going to even out at some point?
I don't think nothing's wrong.
Okay.
We all coexist, okay?
Yeah, we do.
So I'm not tripping. Nobody's like, it's not like the purge, so we're good.
What if it comes to the purge? Like, do you think that you're equipped to like handle that?
Nah, I'm not a fighter. If it comes to take me out first, like I'm okay with.
Or like I'm cool with being like, I'll be trying to convince them, hey guys, I am here for the vibes, because we gotta vibe out.
Yeah, if you fuck with me, but I'm not ever willing to put up a fight and barricade and like survive. Like, no.
I'm almost like, I wouldn't want to be like the last woman standing, or like the last like few, because then now it's your responsibility to rebuild society. Who and
I don't know how to do nothing. How am I eat if I don't have trucks coming to the grocery store? So as soon as those people die, I can die. Like, we're gonna starve to death. Yeah, there's no point in me. What, I'm gonna hunt? Fuck.
Ooh, I would not be. I can't even fish.
And then what happens, like, when I don't know where to get the rest of the bullets from? Like, what happens when, like,
all of that's gonna run out at some point. You're gonna start forging weapons.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna bend it. I've been gone.
Would you just not put up a fight and let somebody else do it, or would you be like, I'm just gonna bow out gracefully in your own way? Really?
Yeah. Like, okay, if I was in 9/11, was 9/11 real?
I think it happened, but I don't think that it was like, I don't think that it wasn't planned.
Okay. In 9/11, you're in the building. I feel like I would be one of those people that jump out the building. What would you do?
I wouldn't jump out the building.
You would go down with it?
Probably, because I feel like most of them probably died quickly anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, it probably wasn't a long, drawn-out thing. Maybe depending on where I was in the building. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't see myself jumping out. I probably would go down with the shit.
If I'm more than 20 feet up, I'm probably going to jump out.
Nah, because I don't like
20 feet up, I feel like I can hit the stairs and I can, like, but I don't feel like, other than that, like, no, I'm going to jump out. Knowing that I'm jumping to my death, but I don't think I can, like, sit there and suffocate, you know?
Yeah, I think I would just allow myself to suffocate.
On the Titanic, I would have just laid in the bed and died. Like the old people did.
That was the saddest part, like, especially with the families. Like, they were like, I'm putting the babies to bed, and my kid would be like, I'm not going the fuck to sleep, mommy. Do you not see all this water in this room? No. Like, no, we gotta get up out of here.
And go,
mommy.
Where? Look,
I don't know.
That's the scariest place. You've been on a boat?
No.
Oh, that's
not like a cruise. No.
That's the scariest shit to look out, and I've said that, and just not see nothing. That's so terrifying. It's dark.
Yeah, because we have no way of surviving.
If the lights go out on the boat, it's pitch black. There's nothing.
I don't like that. Like, people do these sense deprivation tanks. I think that's what it's called. To where you're just basically floating in like this dark room in like salt water. You can't hear anything. You can't see anything.
It's like a dream.
Yeah, I don't want that. That is so creepy to me.
But I think you would instantly go to sleep. It would be like in your dream. Oh, that might be.
All right, you go first and tell me what you
Would you ever skydive?
I used to say yes for sure, but I don't even like a roller coaster, let alone a skydive.
When the last time you been on a roller coaster?
I went one time. I was like, I'm never doing this again.
One time?
Yeah, I'm never doing this again. I went to Six Flags once. I was like, nope.
What? But you have tattoos. That's so weird.
What does that mean? You think that I like thrills because I got tattoos? No.
You like to hurt?
Yeah, maybe. But I don't like to be scared, nigga. I don't like my chest to be in my stomach. Like, I don't like that.
But it's like exhibit, like, woo! It's like,
I felt like a crazy person because I got on the ride. I couldn't even tell you what it was, and the whole time my eyes were closed and I'm screaming. And then as soon as it stopped, like, I just burst out into like hysterical laughter. It was really weird. And
it was a hide. I like that. Good hit of dopamine.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
I know that that's what it was at the time, but yeah, that makes sense. But I don't. Yeah, I don't have to feel that again. Woo! I'm cool, bro.
Okay, sorry. Moving on to Kinky Konnections.
Kinky Konnections. Alright, we should start off Kinky Konnections with a shot?
Correct. I was thinking. Why don't you ever say nothing? I can't carry us. Do you pray for people?
Yeah. I think what I've learned, Kinky Konnections.
Did you switch the wines or no?
I did switch the wines, yeah. But I think that I've learned that prayer doesn't happen in a structured way, the way that I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
Or what I was used to growing up, like praying was like, okay, during nighttime, say your night prayers,
Now
you go
lay
through
me
your
down
dinner
to
and sleep, you add in your prayers. Or anytime you pray, you have to stop, you have to kneel, you have to make it intentional. But I do feel like you should make your prayers and like your manifestations intentional. You have to focus on it. You have to like quiet everything down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily do that. It's more of like spurts. It's more of like a thought and like I say it and then I keep it moving. It's not like I'm sitting and I'm like just
for sure
for like several minutes.
I don't really pray for people. I'll be like, I'll say my thoughts to God and the universe throughout the day. But I'll pray. I've noticed that I'm like, oh, I need to pray for my kid. Like, because my parent and grandparents prayed over me.
Yeah.
So then, like, I pray for people that, like, I don't speak to. Every now and then, if my friend is, if I know my friend is struggling, I'll be like, God, help them, guide them, get them some money, get them a blessing. Like, I'll say, like, little stuff like that, but that's my form of praying. But for the most part, I don't pray for others. And I think, should I start? But it's not that I don't necessarily want you praying for me. Yeah. Because I would never ask somebody to pray for me. Because I don't know what you're praying to or what you're praying for. Yeah. So I don't necessarily want everybody's energy over my life. Yeah. So I don't know if you want that from me.
I feel like I get that, but I think something that I like to start doing more is like praying with other people too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think you should. Mm-hmm. I think you should get very. You should have a strong foundation in how you pray with yourself. But I do think that it's real powerful when like you and someone else are like intentional about praying for each other. I think that that's powerful. I would like to incorporate that more with the people that I love.
So I dated a terrible, terrible person, but that is the only person that I've ever sat and prayed with. Mm. They always said good prayers. Like anytime, like if we was really, really going through something, like one of us would be like, "You want to pray?" Yeah. And like he really prayed well, and it seemed like he really did. He was a but the prayers was it. Yeah, but you know how them church folks be. Yeah. But it sounded like he had a really great relationship with God when he prayed. Like,
but I almost feel like that can be theatrics too, because sometimes I feel like we get caught up in I don't pray right. You know what I'm saying? Like exactly. You feel like a prayer should sound a certain way, you should use certain words, etc. But it's like no, like just talk to God the way that you need to talk to Him and share with Him what is going through your mind and your heart and your spirit, and that's what a good prayer is. It's not the just knowing how to put that shit on.
I've dated a lot of people or a lot of men with relationships with God, and they've all been very different relationships.
Describe the different relationships with God.
Okay, so the one where he was always like the great prayer, but I never really known him to like take his problems to God or lean on God. Yeah. Okay, so then there was the other one where me and him used to go to church. That was the only man I ever went to church with on a consistent basis, and it's like I don't know if we were trying to be religious because that's the way we were born to be. Yeah. But we made that a part of our thing, like that's what we did, but we really didn't have a God talk outside of church. Yeah. And then I've also dealt with another person that was godly, but more spirituality godly, as in God is within me, so I am God. So, but it's still like, they're all the same, but they're all so different. Yeah, and I love that, and I feel like I relate to all of them all the time. Yeah. I'm at every spot. Yeah.
Which is why you fucked with all of them. And I think that's fair to say about you. I feel like we said this before. Like, I don't think you have a particular type. You just like, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you.
Yeah. So I do have a type. All these niggas got mentally. They don't look alike. None of them physically, none of them are alike. But mentally, they all like think they somebody that they're not.
You like the God complex.
They all have a God, but I do too.
That's why you,
Ew. I'm the attracting myself all the time. That's
but I feel like everybody does.
Yeah.
I think you're attracted to people that remind you of something within yourself, or taps into a certain element of yourself.
But I love all of these niggas, all of them. But I don't like any of them. So do I not like myself?
I didn't go that deep. I'm just saying.
I think that might be what I'm obsessed. It could be.
Oh man.
Because I'm obsessed with myself.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm obsessed with these people, but I don't like them, so I'd be like, fuck it. But I don't ever say fuck it on myself.
I don't imagine you to be someone who secretly doesn't like yourself, because like there are some people that like they go out into the world and they have this persona of like, I'm so confident, I fuck with me, I think I'm the best person ever, but deep down they don't truly feel like
and that. I really know, even if I get annoyed, because I'll be the first person to call me out. So like nobody can call me out of my shit because I'm already knowing what I'm doing, and I know this shit looks sloppy and it's a mess, but I'm gonna do it. So I feel like I genuinely fuck with me, so nobody could ever be like, yeah, she don't like herself. Like, you know.
But I think that because you are genuinely yourself, the people that get it, and like I think that they are pretty solid until they're not. But that's usually a them thing. Like it like. From the outside looking in, like they could spin it to make it a you thing, but once we peel back the layers and really see what it is,
it's never me.
Yeah.
Like I can always see where I did my part, but it's never me. But the reason I know for a fact that it's never me is because they always spin back.
Yeah.
But anybody that I've ever had a problem with in any situation where they've seen me have problems with other people, they will tell you every single time that the other person was dead ass wrong, and they was weird and they was tripping. So it's like I find it hard to believe that every other time I was right, but when it comes to me and you, I'm wrong. Like, but anytime I've ever gotten into it with anybody, it's like we either have had sex or you want to have sex.
That's why sex complicates things. You should just leave it out of it, out of your relationship if you want it to last.
I get into it about my pussy so much. So much. Just like, that's crazy. No one's big feet. So, Kinky Konnections.
Wow, what a transition. Kinky Konnections. So, Kinky Konnections was sparked because I told you that I'm binge watching Insecure again since it came to Netflix. So now we're on the point where her and Daniel are pretty steady after the breakup with Lawrence. And her and the girls had a conversation about giving head and about how they really didn't like it, and how black women and the relationship of blowjobs and black women, how it's usually thought that black women don't like it, and they kind of gave reasons why they didn't. And, you know, like it is degrading, da 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 da. But she decides to give Daniel head that night or the next night, but whatever, after they had already had this conversation. And she's going and she's going and she's going, and he ends up coming, but he comes on her face. And not only did he come on her face, he comes on her eye. And it became this big thing, and she was so upset, and how could you, and fucking you played me. And the first time I saw it, the second time I saw it, and this third time that I saw it, like, bitch, you're overreacting. I just feel like it's not that deep ever.
Never that deep.
So then I was like Googling it, and apparently that falls under a kink called Bukkake. But it's also other names for it, but I like that one because it's Japanese. But that's just basically just ejaculating on like body parts. And I'm for it.
I'm not for or against it. It's sex. Like,
should happen.
Yeah, this is what's supposed to happen. So I mean, if that's your thing as a man, if you want to see some nut on my glasses, like we can put them on. Like,
do you think that that's a conversation that has to be had beforehand? Like, hey, like what are your limits? Like, what are you not with? Or you just feel like you just gotta do it and ask for forgiveness versus asking for permission?
I've never had to ask for forgiveness or permission. Anybody, I'm the. What is it? Not dominant.
Submissive?
That.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm down for whatever you're down for, but if I want to do some shit, we can talk about it as we're in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can clearly be like, no, I don't, like, chill, or like you can just like switch the situation. Or just say, I don't want to do that again.
If I've gotten to the point where we're comfortable getting ass naked and fucking, there's nothing that's off limits.
that was my second question. Like, do you feel like there's anything that somebody could do during sex that you feel like would make you feel like you just tried the fuck out of me, or like that's really disrespectful?
I don't know. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Because you could easily like, oh, I'll pull on that. But if they force it, then of course. But it's never been a point where I'm like, no, stop.
Yeah, like there's nothing. Don't. No.
So you say you're not for or against the bukkake, but if you had to choose, like, where on your body, what do you prefer, or what gets you off, if anything?
Nothing gets me off, but I would prefer to probably swallow it, not because I want to taste it, but I feel like
it's less cleanup.
It's less cleanup, and I know I'm not pregnant. Number one is I know I'm not pregnant. If I know for sure, I got all of that, then yeah, we're good. Yeah. Got those.
Yum.
So that's like my finisher. It's
finish him.
When you're ready to stop fucking, be like, can you hurry up so you can nut in my mouth? He's gonna be like, oh! Yeah, and then easy, out of there. Out of there, got him. Got him. Another.
It's so funny.
But I'd much rather that than you like nut on my ass or on some shit that I gotta go like clean up or shower.
I don't mind it. All of it. I don't know. It's fun. Like, it's fun. And I think for me, I've always had this idea of like, I've always known that I wanted to be a wife. Like, I always knew that I wanted to be like settled down. But I also have this like, I don't want to have that marital sex life that everybody thinks that it is, or where like it gets boring, it stops happening, or like I've heard conversations of like men don't want to have sex with their wives the way that they do a whore, and it's like, but why wouldn't you? Like, you should be able to do all
your things. Wife should be your slut.
She should be able to do both sides, and it's like that way you don't have to go step out. That's just an excuse to go step out. Like, oh, but I be wanting to come on her face, and I would never do that to you because
it's not about the coming on her face. You can do anything you want to anybody you want to do it to, but pussy feel different. And
you said that.
The whole experience is different. Like, yeah, what's better than pussy?
We've had this conversation.
New pussy.
Every 28 days is a new pussy. Every new position is a new pussy. Every time the foreplay before the pussy is a new pussy. Like, the pussy gonna hit different every time.
But it's like the person, the energy, the vibe. Not that I'm a slut, but it's like you're gonna get different shit from different people. Everybody fuck different, and it's like, I appreciate what you can do, but I also appreciate just like, okay, so if I fuck a man, I appreciate what a man can do for me, but I also appreciate how a woman can make me feel.
Yeah.
So it's like you're always like, even with the man, one bitch gonna do this better, but another bitch make me feel better. Another bitch does this different, or not even better, just different. Like, oh, that's different. Maybe. But I'm also, I don't know why, you know why, I'm so accepting of cheating, because I get bored. So and
so it's like, even if you have like the best sex partner ever and the dick is A1 and he does that, like he does the head right, there's nothing that he can do to switch it up to make you not get bored. Like, you're just gonna eventually get bored because it is the same person.
I might not be bored. Like, I fuck with him because I like, they both good. Like, they both.
Such a nigga.
It's like food. You don't eat the same shit every day. You're not no fucking dog. Like, you eat all these different meals because all of them taste so good, and all of them make you feel. All of them make your mouth water. Like, and you're in the mood for any of them at any point in time. Like, ooh, that sound good. That's exactly how sex is. All of them sound good. All my options are amazing options. That's why they're my options. So.
Maybe I'm delusional in thinking that, because I think I do that, not even just with sex, but just period. Like, I want to be all things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I would assume you would want to be all things.
And you're still all things. Like, even...
But it's just not different.
Yeah, so even... I feel like I understand niggas want to fuck something else, but I still think I'm your favorite. Even if I'm not, I still understand why I would be.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because, like, you fuck with me, and she fuck with me, and they fuck...
Y'all fuck with me?
I'm fuck with them all.
But so are they.
The crazy shit is I haven't fucked a soul. I don't even...
I haven't fucked a soul. I am on the floor.
But my roster, at any point, like, it can be 6 months and I can be like, what are you doing? Like, what do you want to do? Exactly.
I think that's nice, and I think that shows a lot of strength on your end, because I do feel like niggas just one call away. Was that Kinky? Yeah,
I'm only one call away.
But you don't abuse it.
I don't, because all of them is fucking whores. Everybody's a slut, so it's like I'm excited, but I'm like, ugh.
What am I getting myself into?
Yeah, like, do I really want to do this? Like, this nigga done been outside all week.
Documents in the shit.
This nigga's on tour. Oh my god.
Not on tour.
So, I was chilling. Okay. I don't know who watches this. Do not hit me up. And whoever I just talked about, you know I was talking about you, don't hit me up either. Like, watch the shit, like it, and keep going. So, I linked up with someone that I haven't seen in a while, and we was chilling, So then, of course, after a while, he realized I wasn't fucking, so I just made my way out. And so, he was like trying not to get me to leave, but still, like, inching to the door.
Right.
But then as I'm, like, out the door, he's like, oh, you really about to leave? Like, he, like, giving his last effort to get the pussy. And I'm like, nigga, shut up, because you trying to get me out this door so you can call whoever is going to come in here. And he just died laughing. And I'm like, okay, so the segment I said, like, Mo's logic, think like Mo, whatever.
Yeah.
If I say something to a nigga or ask him a question or da-da-da-da, and that nigga instantly bust out laughing,
then I'm on point with what I'm saying.
Whatever I just said was true.
Yeah.
If you think I'm funny, you relate.
Because all jokes, like,
contain true shit.
Yeah.
So you relate to whatever the fuck I just said. So, yeah, like, that's why I'm never pressed to fuck with nobody, because, like, ew. You got something else lined up and you just came from home.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't be fucking.
Spooky.
But if I wanted to, I could.
You're a strong one. And I feel like that you be saving lives too, because niggas will fuck up a household.
And I don't even let them.
And you don't let them.
Stay home. Because I'm never going to love you. Like, she love you for real. She really has to love you.
Baby.
You're terrible. And she's there. She's in love. I could never. But I also, like I said, I don't like nobody.
Yeah.
So it's so much more peaceful when I'm alone. And like, y'all are cool. I'm glad I'm going to keep y'all in the pocket. I love y'all. But I don't like y'all.
Oh, no. Well. Like, share, subscribe, comment, repost. Text the number that's in the description. Just like something. We love all forms of engagement, and y'all have been engaging, and we appreciate it.
Shout out to our cousin that noticed my hair growth again.
Yeah, that was fire.
I can't wait to see. It took 6 months to get that little bit of growth, so I can't wait to look back on this episode 25 episodes from now, 23.
Okay. Bless you.
Oh, blessings.
Bye, y'all.